Hey everyone, ready for a deep dive into something really fascinating?
I know I am.
Today we're going to be exploring what's called the billionaire mindset.
Oh, interesting.
And it's not just about piles of money,
Oh,
but how these folks think and operate, their approach to success.
yeah.
We're basing this deep dive on an article from Your Story. It's a really cool platform for entrepreneurs over in India.
Okay, cool.
And the article is all about, how to totally crush it in 2024.
Mm,
But here's the thing. You don't actually have to be, aiming for a $1 billion bank account
yeah,
for this to be super useful.
right.
It's really about growth and resilience,
Mm,
and that's something everyone can benefit from.
absolutely. Your story piece really nails it. I mean, they break down how this mindset isn't about, private jets and all that.
Yeah.
It's like a framework for success,
Right.
no matter what you're passionate about.
Okay, so let's unpack this a bit. The article kicks off with vision and long-term thinking. That sounds pretty straightforward on the surface,
Yeah.
but I have a feeling there's got to be more to it than meets the eye.
Oh, absolutely. We're not just talking about like setting goals for next week.
Yeah.
It's about playing the long game,
Mm-hmm.
thinking years, even decades ahead.
Wow.
Like, take Elon Musk. He envisioned a future with sustainable transportation
Right.
way back when.
Yeah.
That long-term vision is what fueled, Tesla.
So it's like planting a seed today, knowing you won't see the full-grown tree for years,
Right.
but you have that belief it'll happen.
Exactly. And the article emphasizes how crucial it is to not just set these long-term goals, but to actually visualize yourself achieving them.
Oh, interesting.
It's a technique a lot of top performers use to stay focused on that bigger picture
Mm-hmm.
and keep their motivation going.
So if I'm picturing myself, I don't know, finally finishing that novel I've been dreaming of,
Yeah.
that's not just daydreaming, it's a powerful tool.
It can be. Your story piece even suggests like creating a visual representation of your goals. Maybe a vision board with, images, quotes that inspire you
Oh,
and
right.
putting it somewhere you see every day.
I can definitely see how that'd be a powerful reminder,
Yeah.
especially on those days when you hit a roadblock and need a little boost.
Absolutely.
Speaking of roadblocks, I'm guessing the path to success isn't always, a straight line,
Of course not.
even for billionaires, right?
You're so right. There will be like detours,
Mm-hmm.
unexpected challenges,
Yeah.
maybe even a few wrong turns.
Yeah.
That's why they highlight adaptability in the article.
Okay.
Billionaires, they're like master navigators.
Right.
They can adjust their course when things get rough,
Yeah.
but they keep their destination in sight.
That makes me think about, how important it is to have a plan,
Yes,
but also be willing to pivot when things change.
exactly. Holding on too rigidly to a plan can backfire. It's like the old saying, the only constant is change. Definitely.
And this leads us perfectly to the next big principle, which is continuous learning and self-improvement.
Now, that's something I think we can all relate to.
Totally.
There's always something new to learn no matter what stage of life you're in.
Absolutely. You don't have to be a billionaire to recognize the value of, constantly expanding your knowledge and skills.
Mhm.
Even those at the top, they never stop learning. The article really stresses that.
So even if you're like the CEO of a Fortune 500 company, there's still room to grow.
Hmm.
That's pretty inspiring.
It is.
But with so much information out there, it can feel overwhelming, right?
Oh, for sure.
Where do you even begin?
Well, Your Story piece suggests making reading a daily habit
Okay.
and not just, stuff in your field.
Right.
Branch out. Explore different disciplines.
Yeah.
Expose yourself to new ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Think of it like cross-training for your brain.
That's a great way to put it.
Right.
It's like if you only ever lift weights at the gym.
Your body won't be as well-rounded as
Exactly.
if you incorporate some cardio and flexibility too.
Yeah, exactly.
And they also highlight the power of mentorship.
Oh, yeah.
Finding someone who's already walked the path you want to be on
Right.
can offer invaluable guidance and support.
So it's like having a seasoned guide
Yes.
to help you navigate the wilderness, avoid those pitfalls, and show you the best paths to take.
Absolutely. And don't underestimate more formal education.
Yeah.
Whether it's, taking courses, attending workshops, even pursuing a degree, continuous learning keeps your mind sharp and opens up possibilities.
That reminds me of a story I heard about this tech CEO.
Oh, yeah.
Even after he achieved massive success, he still makes time to attend, like, industry conferences and even takes online courses. He said he never wants to stop learning and evolving.
That's a perfect example of the billionaire mindset in action.
Yeah.
They have this, like, insatiable curiosity and this drive to keep pushing themselves. It's incredible.
Okay, I have to ask about the next one because this is where it gets really interesting to me. Calculated risk-taking.
Okay.
Now, we often hear about billionaires taking these big, bold risks.
Right.
But this article really emphasizes that it's not about, like, reckless gambling.
That's a key distinction. It's about calculated risk-taking.
Okay.
They aren't just throwing darts at a board.
Right.
They're carefully evaluating opportunities, weighing those potential rewards against the risks involved.
So it's less about being a daredevil and more about being a strategic chess player thinking several moves ahead.
Exactly. Your story piece even suggests a framework for evaluating risk. Really assess the potential downside. Ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen if this doesn't work out?
Yeah.
And can I recover from that?
That's such a crucial question to ask.
Right.
Because it's so easy to get caught up in the excitement of a new opportunity.
Yes.
And overlook the potential pitfalls.
Totally. It's also important to remember you don't have to start with these, like, massive life-altering risks. Start small, maybe launching a side project or taking on a new challenge at work.
Right.
And build your confidence as you go.
It's like dipping your toes in the water
Yes.
before diving headfirst into the deep end.
I love that analogy.
It's about, testing the waters and getting comfortable with taking those calculated risks before jumping into the really big ones.
Now, this all ties into the next point,
Okay.
which is innovation and creativity.
Oh, yeah.
We often think of billionaires as these groundbreaking innovators, but what's the secret sauce behind that?
That's what I want to know.
Well, the article argues it starts with cultivating curiosity.
Okay.
They really challenge you to question everything,
Right.
explore new areas, and don't be afraid to challenge the status quo. I mean, think about it. So many breakthroughs came from people who dared to ask, why not?
Yeah. So it's about embracing that childlike wonder and constantly asking why and how.
Exactly.
I can definitely see how that would lead to some innovative thinking.
And it's not just about individual brilliance either. Billionaires often surround themselves with diverse teams.
Okay.
They create an environment where different perspectives can clash.
Right.
And that's where new ideas come from.
That makes sense. I mean, if everyone in the room thinks the same way,
Right.
you're not going to get very far outside the box.
Exactly. Diversity of thought, it's crucial. Your story piece even suggests incorporating, like, brainstorming sessions where everyone, no matter their role, can contribute ideas.
I love how these principles, even though we're talking about the, billionaire mindset, can be applied to really any area of life.
Absolutely.
It's not about the money itself, it's about the approach.
You got it. These are fundamental principles for success in any field. And speaking of success, there's another crucial element the article dives into: resilience and persistence.
Ugh, the grit factor. We hear so much about that these days.
Right.
But what does it actually mean in the context of this billionaire mindset?
Well, the road to success, it's rarely easy.
Why not?
There will be setbacks, challenges, maybe even what feels like failures.
Yeah.
But billionaires, they have this incredible ability to bounce back from adversity.
So it's like that famous quote, fall down 7 times, get up 8.
Exactly. And your story piece actually suggests some techniques for developing this mental toughness.
Oh, interesting.
Like meditation and mindfulness.
Okay.
Those can help you build resilience and handle those inevitable challenges with more calm, more clarity.
It's like training your mental muscles to be stronger, more adaptable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And remember, staying committed to your goals even when things get tough.
Yeah.
That's what separates those who achieve greatness from those who give up.
There's a quote I love that's kind of similar. It's not about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
I love that.
Yeah.
And you don't have to go through those tough times alone.
Right.
Lean on your network, your friends, family, mentors, colleagues, those who believe in you and can offer encouragement when you need it most.
Even billionaires need a support system, huh? That's kind of reassuring.
Absolutely. Now let's shift gears to something really practical.
All right.
And that's effective time management.
Oh, yeah.
Billionaires really get that time is their most valuable asset, and they treat it accordingly.
We've all heard the saying, time is money.
Right.
But in this context, it seems like time is even more precious.
Oh, it is. You can always make more money.
Yeah.
But you can't get back lost time.
Right.
This article emphasizes the importance of prioritizing your tasks.
Okay.
Focusing on those that have the highest impact on your goals. And they even suggest using tools like the Eisenhower matrix.
Oh, right.
Which helps you categorize tasks by regency and importance.
So it's about becoming a master of your to-do list.
Yeah.
Making sure you're spending your time on the things that really move the needle.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to delegate tasks others can handle.
Okay, full disclosure, I am terrible at delegating. It always feels easier just to do it myself.
I hear you. It's a common struggle. But delegation, it's like a superpower.
Yeah.
This article also recommends creating a really optimized daily schedule. Allocating specific time blocks for focused work, meetings, personal stuff, and even downtime.
It's like having a well-choreographed dance with your schedule.
I like that.
Yeah.
And speaking of choreography, let's move on to networking and relationship building.
Oh, yeah.
Billionaires, they really understand that their success is often tied to the relationships they build.
It's that old saying, right? It's not what you know, it's who you know.
Right.
But I think it's deeper than that, don't you?
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's not just collecting contacts.
Right.
It's about building genuine connections.
So it's not about showing up at a networking event
Right.
and handing out your business card to everyone.
Yep.
It's about having real conversations and finding those people you resonate with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The articles suggest things like attending industry events, joining organizations, connecting with people online.
Right.
But always be respectful of their time and make sure you're offering value in return.
It's like a two-way street. You're not just you're giving back to the network as well.
Exactly. And they emphasize nurturing those relationships over time.
Right.
Stay in touch.
Yeah.
Offer support.
Yeah.
Be there.
But this article suggests it's about so much more.
Yes.
Than just, writing a big check.
It's about aligning your resources with causes that genuinely resonate with your values. Giving back in a way that feels meaningful makes a positive impact on the world.
So it's about finding those areas where your passions and skills intersect and then figuring out how you can contribute.
Exactly. The article encourages you to identify causes that speak to you, allocate resources, time, money, skills, whatever, and then inspire others in your network to get involved too.
It's a beautiful reminder that we all have something to offer.
Absolutely.
And even small acts of generosity can create a ripple effect. It doesn't have to be, building a hospital wing or funding a scholarship program. Even volunteering at a local soup kitchen or mentoring someone can make a difference.
Absolutely. Every act of giving, big or small, it makes the world a better place.
Wow. We've covered so much ground already.
John.
Just.
See you.
Part 1 of our deep dive into the billionaire mindset. It's fascinating stuff.
I know, right?
Yeah.
We've explored everything from long-term vision and calculated risk-taking to the importance of continuous learning, resilience, effective time management, networking, and giving back. And we're not done yet. We'll be back in part 2.
I can't wait.
To delve even deeper into these principles and explore how we can all apply them.
Absolutely.
To achieve greater success and fulfillment in the year ahead.
Looking forward to it.
Me too. Until then, stay tuned.
See you soon. Welcome back to our deep dive into the billionaire mindset.
It's great to be back.
It's fascinating how these principles can be applied to almost any goal.
Yeah, I agree.
Launching a business, writing a book, even just becoming more effective in your everyday life.
That's what's so cool about this, right? It's not just about aspiring to be a billionaire. It's about adopting a mindset that can help you level up in any area of your life.
I like that. Level up. We've already unpacked some great stuff from this Your Story article, and I'm ready for more.
Me too. Let's shift gears a bit in this part.
Okay.
So we've been understanding these concepts, but now let's talk about actually putting them into practice.
Love it. Actionable advice.
Because, knowledge without action is like a seed that never gets planted.
That's a great analogy. Makes total sense. So where do you begin? If someone's feeling inspired to, cultivate this billionaire mindset, what's a practical first step?
Well, I wouldn't say try to overhaul your entire life at once.
Okay, good.
Start by picking 1 or 2 principles that really click with you. You don't have to go from 0 to 60 overnight.
It's kind of like, starting a new workout routine.
Exactly.
You wouldn't try to run a marathon on day one.
Right, you'd start small.
You got to build up to it.
So pick a principle, maybe time management or networking, and commit to making small changes consistently.
So, instead of trying to become a networking guru overnight, you know, I might aim to, I don't know, attend one industry event a month.
Perfect example.
Or connect with one new person every week.
And don't be afraid to experiment.
Yeah.
And adjust as you go. What works for someone else might not work for you.
It's about finding what fits your personality, your lifestyle.
Totally. So let's dive back into some of these principles and really think about how you can apply them. Remember, this Your Story article has a lot of actionable advice.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
So let's start with vision and long-term thinking. The article talks about setting these clear goals for the future, but how do you actually do that?
Right. It can feel overwhelming.
It can.
One technique they mention is creating a vision board.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of those.
You know, like a visual representation of your goals, images, quotes, affirmations.
So like a roadmap for your dreams.
Exactly. You could do it physically or digitally, like on Pinterest.
Right, right.
And put it somewhere you'll see it every day. Just seeing those images and words can really help keep you focused, especially when challenges come up.
I like that, turning those dreams into something tangible.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about continuous learning and self-improvement.
Okay.
This Your Story article, they're big on making reading a daily habit. But with so much information out there, it's hard to know where to begin.
It's like, standing at a buffet with endless choices.
Yeah. Where do you even start?
The article says start with things that are relevant to your field.
Okay, so like industry news and stuff.
Exactly. Stay updated on the latest trends, research, best practices.
Keep your finger on the pulse of your profession.
But don't be afraid to venture out a little.
That's true.
Explore stuff that sparks your curiosity, even if it seems unrelated to work. You never know what might spark a new passion.
It's like cross-training for your mind.
I like that. You're making connections you might not have made otherwise.
Now, calculated risk-taking.
Yes.
The article is all about starting small to build confidence. But how do you know which risks are even worth taking?
Such a good question, because there's so many opportunities.
Right.
And it's easy to overthink it.
Total analysis paralysis.
Your story piece gives some good advice.
Yeah.
Before you jump into something new, ask yourself, what's the upside if this works? What's the downside if it doesn't? Can I afford to take this risk? And what can I learn from this no matter what?
So it's about doing your homework, weighing those potential rewards and risks.
Exactly. And remember, not all risks have to be huge, life-changing things.
Okay. Great.
Sometimes a small risk can lead to big rewards.
Like trying a new approach at work.
Yes.
Or having a tough conversation that needs to happen.
Exactly. Even those can push you out of your comfort zone.
Now I want to talk about innovation and creativity.
Oh, great one.
The article's big on fostering curiosity, challenging the status quo. How do we do that practically?
They suggest something so simple. Ask why more often. When you see something you don't understand or a process that seems inefficient, don't just accept it. Question it. Ask, why is it done this way? Could there be a better way?
So it's about becoming an active observer.
Exactly.
Not just accepting things as they are.
And don't be afraid to experiment. Try new approaches, even if they're unconventional.
Right. Sometimes the most innovative ideas come from, breaking the mold.
Totally. It's like an artist trying new mediums.
Yeah.
Or a chef experimenting with new flavors.
Okay, let's talk resilience and persistence.
Right.
We all face setbacks.
Of course.
But it seems like billionaires have this knack for bouncing back. What's their secret?
Well, resilience is like a muscle.
Okay.
The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Your story piece has some cool techniques for building that mental toughness.
So it's not just about being born resilient.
No, you can cultivate it. They suggest things like meditation and mindfulness.
Oh, okay.
Those can really help you build resilience,
Yeah.
cope with stress better, and handle challenges with more calm.
It's like having a toolbox of techniques to get through tough times.
Exactly. And remember, it's okay to ask for help.
Right, yeah.
Lean on your network. Friends, family, mentors, people who believe in you.
That's so important to remember. Even the strongest people need support sometimes.
Absolutely. And the article really emphasizes this. Staying committed to your goals, even when it's hard, that's what makes the difference.
There's a quote about that. It's not about how hard you can hit, it's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
That's a great one. All right, let's move on to effective time management. Billionaires are busy people,
Oh, yeah.
but they get so much done.
Tell me their secrets.
This Your Story article, they stress treating time as your most valuable asset.
Mm-hmm.
Prioritize your tasks. Focus on the ones that really matter.
Be ruthless with the to-do list.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to delegate.
Delegation, I'm working on it. It's easy to think it's faster to do everything myself.
I'll get it.
But I'm realizing that's not always true.
It's a common trap. Delegation frees you up to focus on your strengths. The article also recommends creating a super optimized daily schedule.
Okay, like blocking out time.
Exactly. Time for focused work, meetings, personal things, even downtime.
Having a well-choreographed dance with your schedule.
Okay, I like that one. Now, how about networking and relationships? Billionaires really get the power of that.
Yeah, and they leverage their networks really well. So it's not just networking in the traditional sense. It's about those genuine connections you make.
You got it. And it's not just about like industry events or online connections. It's about nurturing those relationships. Stay in touch, offer support, be a valuable part of your network.
It's like tending a garden.
Oh, I love that. You got to nurture it if you want it to grow. Now, before we move on, let's touch on philanthropy and giving back.
Okay.
A lot of billionaires are really involved in charitable causes.
It's inspiring to see that, you know? They achieve so much and they're still passionate about making a difference.
And the article reminds us, it doesn't have to be huge gestures. Even small acts of generosity matter.
Volunteering, mentoring, even just being kind to people around you.
Absolutely. Every act of giving, big or small, makes the world a little bit better.
Wow. This exploration of the billionaire mindset has been really eye-opening. We've covered so much.
I know, right? But we've only just scratched the surface. There's still so much to uncover.
Well, that's a perfect lead-in to part 3.
Yes.
We'll keep exploring these principles, but how they can help you level up in every area of your life. So stay tuned for part 3.
Can't wait.
Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into the billionaire mindset. You know, this Your Story article has really gotten me thinking about how I approach my own goals.
I'm glad to hear that.
It's really shifted my perspective on, you know, thinking long term.
Yeah.
It's not just about wishing for success. It's about, like, building that mindset.
Exactly.
To make things happen.
You know, it's one thing to understand these principles, but it's another to really live them.
Absolutely. And that's what I'm excited to talk about in this last part.
Okay, yeah.
We've covered so much. Vision, risk-taking, continuous learning.
It's a lot.
But now I want to get practical. How do we actually apply this stuff?
Well, remember we talked about starting small.
Yeah.
Picking 1 or 2 areas that resonate.
Right.
Don't try to change everything at once.
Okay, good advice.
Choose something that speaks to you, like time management or networking. And make small changes consistently.
Like building a new habit.
Exactly.
You can't become fluent in a new language overnight.
Right.
It takes practice.
And it's the same with this mindset. Small changes over time lead to big results.
So if I'm someone who struggles with, like, procrastination and I want to manage my time better, maybe I start with, like, those 25-minute work sprints.
Oh, the Pomodoro technique.
Yeah, that's the one. And then slowly increase the time as I get better at focusing.
That's perfect. Break it down into manageable steps.
I'm curious, from your experience, what are some of the biggest roadblocks people hit when they try to, you know, actually adopt this mindset? It sounds great, but...
Right, it's not always easy. I think one of the biggest things is self-doubt.
Oh, yeah.
Those limiting beliefs we all have.
Ugh, tell me about it.
The voices that say we're not good enough, smart enough, capable enough.
Like they're always there, waiting to chime in.
We all have them.
Yeah.
But the billionaire mindset is about challenging those thoughts.
Replacing them with something positive.
Exactly. Shifting from I can't to I can, and then figuring out how.
And sometimes that how is finding a mentor.
Yes, or a coach, someone who's done what you want to do.
Having people around you who believe in you makes a big difference.
Like a team of cheerleaders.
I love that. And it's a reminder that, you know, this isn't a sprint.
Definitely not. It's a marathon.
No.
There will be setbacks.
You gotta be prepared for that.
And this Your Story piece, it emphasizes something really important. This mindset isn't just about external success.
Like the money and fame.
Right. It's about inner fulfillment, too. Living a life with purpose.
Aligning your actions with your values.
Yeah.
Making a difference.
Exactly.
This whole deep dive has been so eye-opening.
It has.
We've explored so much, and this article really shows that, you know, anyone can do this.
Absolutely. It's not about your bank account. It's about your attitude. It's about growth and learning and pushing yourself.
So as we wrap this up,
Okay.
I want to ask everyone listening, think about what really resonated with you.
Yeah.
What's one step you can take today to apply these principles?
You have the power to create a more fulfilling life.
So keep exploring, keep learning, and keep pushing those boundaries.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We'll see you next time.